I wish you a good day to each and everyone. So last time we just missed a regular class, so that's why we have just scheduled this class at 7:15. So in this class we are going to understand, and my first request is that all the students please try to sit from the beginning of the class till the end of the class. Then only don't just type your attendance and don't go away from that one. So better do try to attend the class from the very beginning itself till the very end, and then only you can benefit out of this one. So going out for a walk. So going out for a walk is actually an excerpt or the essay actually written by Max Beerbohm. Sir Henry Maximilian Max Beerbohm. So let us go for something about Max Beerbohm. So please, I hope that you all will be watching the class with the textbook. Then only you can 100% benefit out of this one. Sir Henry Maximilian Max Beerbohm was born in 1872 and died in 1956. He was the English writer and caricaturist, making some caricature with the pencils, and is remembered very well for the elegance, means the maturity and gentle humor, a kind of a sarcasm, gentle humor of his personal essays. That is also. So very important thing, what are the specialities or characteristics of Sir Henry Maximilian Max Beerbohm's essays is elegance of his essays, and second characteristic is the gentle humor of his personal essays. So he has written his personal essays and he is very well remembered and became very famous for his personal essays, especially in the case of the elegance of his personal essays and also the gentle humor of his personal essays. And he is now, that means Sir Henry Maximilian Max Beerbohm is nowadays is best known for his 1911th novel Zuleika Dobson. Actually, Zuleika Dobson is a very well-known novel of, and the author is well known for his this novel. In the essay, I told you, Going Out for Walk is the essay published in 1918. Beerbohm challenges the notion. Actually, he is challenging the knowledge or notion that walking is a productive mental exercise. He is challenging the knowledge that walking is a productive mental exercise, especially if one is accompanied by a talkative friend or companion. That is all. So we say that actually walking is a productive mental exercise as well as and also physical exercise. So he challenges that notion, and also what he is telling that when this walking is accompanied by a talkative friend, when is accompanied by a talkative friend. That is what here. So this is what, please try to understand, my dear students, even if going out for a walk is not included in the focus area, surely there will be questions. And if you feel very comfortable with this essay, especially going out for a walk, you can attempt these questions. The questions are coming from these years. Now, try to understand here. We are going to familiarize some difficult words in the glossary. The first word is acquaintance. Acquaintance. Acquaintance means people we know. Someone you know, but who is not close friend. Actually, they are not very closely related to us, but we know that person. That kind of situation is called acquaintance. Then ambush. Ambush here means surprise. 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 Ambush. You will come across these difficult words when we go for learning the essay. Exemplary. Exemplary means imitative. Exemplary. Imitative. Imitative. We have to imitate somebody. That is why we call that person as an exemplary person. Hustle. Hustle is just another word. Hurry. Hustle. Hustle. Hurry. Speed up. Okay, hurry. Hurry-burry situation. Very busy. Then hypocrite. One who puts on a false appearance. They are not original. Duplicate. Hypocrite. Not original, real. Imperative. So hypocrite is another one. HY. Hypocrite is pretending, not real. Then imperative. What is the meaning of imperative? Commanding. Imperative, commanding. Imperative. Imperative means is commanding. Imperative here means commanded. Double M is there. Command. Commanding. Imperative, commanding. Kindling fancy. Fancy means imagination. Kindling means something lighted or firing. Okay. Kindling fancy. Arousing interest easily. Kindling fancy means we are very much interested or attracted. That is what we call it as arousing interest easily. Laudable. Laudable means appreciable. Laudable. Please try to understand this word. Laudable. Appreciating. Appreciating. Laudable. Appreciating. Congratulating. Laudable. Then perambulator. Perambulator means, especially in foreign countries, mothers will carry a small wheeled vehicle for keeping their babies on that one. That is called perambulator, a baby carriage. Perambulator is a baby carriage. Perambulator. 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 Baby carriage. Baby carriage. Perambulator is a baby carriage. Prattle. Prattle means making meaningless sounds. Prattling. Something saying without any proper meaning. That is prattle. Profess means make a false claim. Profess. Profess means make a wrong claim. That is what we call it as profess. Squalor. Squalor is here dirty and unpleasant conditions. Unhealthy, unpleasant. Squalor. Swally. Swally. This is yet another difficult word. Swally. Solely. Confidently. S-U-A-V-E-L-Y. Swally. Confidently. Elegantly and politely. Elegantly, politely, or confidently. That is what we call it as swally. Then valetudinarian. Another word is valetudinarian. A person with a sick body constitution. Valetudinarian is a person with a diseased body part, body structure. Okay. Then walk monker. And another one, walk monker, a person who forces another to go out for a walk. For example, if I want to go for a walk, I am calling my friend, please come and assist me. Let us go for a walk, talking and enjoy. That person is called a walk monker. Okay, so these are the difficult words that we are coming across while we go for analyzing the essay, going out for a walk. We know, my dear students, we are living in the present century, especially now we are struck with a very deadly, fatal pandemic, COVID-19. But even then our state government is imposing so many strict restrictions upon people's mobility, especially Keralites' mobility. People cannot go for evening or morning walk, and they cannot visit gymnasiums for making their body healthy and fit and strong. So in this context, walking is one of the best exercises for our body. You might have heard about the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, actually had a very good habit of walking. And walking was the best exercise, made his body very strong and healthy. So in this context here, we are going to analyze one of the best exercises, that is walking. So I go for reading, everybody listen. Walking, like any other exercise, cycling, swimming, all these are different sorts of exercises. So walking, like any other exercise, undoubtedly means without any doubt, undoubtedly, without any doubt, leads to physical wellness. It is leading ourselves to physical wellness. There may be difference of opinion. Of course, you may have different opinion. The argument that each and every moment has to be filled with the activity has gained currency these days. Currency means became very popular or fashionable, because a man should not sit lazy or idle without any kind of activity. So each moment or every moment, every minute or second has to be filled with the various sorts of activity. Otherwise we will become unhealthy and we will become inactive, and that will finally doom in waste. Has gained the currency, means became very popular fashion these days. In the essay, Going Out for a Walk, Beerbohm looks at walking from different aspects or perspective. Different aspect or a perspective. Let us see what does he say about this one. Going out for a walk. I'm reading the first paragraph. It is a fact. Fact means truth that not once in my life, Max Beerbohm's life, not even a single chance have I gone out for a walk. Actually, he did not purposefully go for a walk. I have been taken out for walks, but some people, friends, neighbors, came and forced him, hello Max Beerbohm, please come out for a walk. He did not himself go out for a walk, but by his friends and neighbors, he has been taken out for walks. But this is another matter. But this is not very important for him. So he himself is the essayist, Max Beerbohm himself says that he purposefully or voluntarily didn't go for a walk in his life. But some of his friends and neighbors came and forced him, compelled him, hey, Max Beerbohm, please come out for a walk. Even while I trotted trotted means walked fast. Trotted is another word, walked fast, walking fast. Prattling, talking this and that. Not any purposeful subject is there for talk. He was walking fast, talking meaninglessly by his nurse side. A person who is taking care of a nurse side. I regretted, I feel sorry. Regretted means felt sorry. The good old days. Actually, he was memorizing his old and good days. When he had, I had means Max Beerbohm had, and was not. And I had a perambulator, baby carriage. Perambulator, we studied the meaning. When I grew up, so from a boy, when I grew up to a youth, it seemed to me, I felt that the one advantages of living, one advantage, what is the plus point of living in London was that nobody ever wanted me. Nobody, especially in the case of friends or neighbors, they don't want me to come out for a walk. Actually, they don't like Mass Beerbohm to take with them to go for a walk. London's very drawbacks. So, the other remaining lines of the first paragraph is telling the disadvantages or negative qualities or drawbacks. Negative qualities means drawbacks of London city. Let us see one by one what are the negative qualities of London cities. It's endless noise, complete sound filled. London city is filled with a lot of sounds or noise. Hustle, very busy, very fast. London city is smoky air. Another negative point of London city, smoky air, no pure or clean air to breathe in. Squalor. Squalor means dirtiness. Ambushed. Ambushed means hidden. Hidden dirt. Squalor means dirtiness, vulgarity. Adum hidden vulgarity, not visible. Okay. Everywhere in the city. Assured, made sure this one immunity there is coming about the resistance problem. How can we be healthy against these drawbacks of London city? Whenever is mainly talking about time. I was with the friends in the country so whatever the time when Max Beerbohm was with his friends in the village, I knew, Max Beerbohm knew that at any time, moment means time, at any time, unless rain were actually falling, if there was no rain, some man means some people, some man and some people surely will come and approach Max Beerbohm. Might suddenly say, well, come and say, come out for a walk. Come out for a walk. In that sharp, you see, friends and neighbors will be coming and using sharp voice. Imperative means suggesting and commanding. Hello, come out for a walk with authority, which he would not dream of using. Actually, author would not. Max Beerbohm doesn't like to use this kind of a sharp commanding tone. People appear to think there is something inherently means by birth, noble and virtuous, something advantageous or some positive qualities, noble and virtuous in the wish. Desire means wish to go for a walk. Let us see what are the advantages of going for a walk. Anyone thus, any man or any personality or any individual thus desirous, wishing about walking, feels that he himself feels that he has a right, he has the authority to impose his will, to put his desire upon whoever he wants. He sees comfortably settled in an armchair. For example, that person may be sometimes sitting on an armchair reading a newspaper or books. As far as Max Beerbohm is concerned, it is easy to say simply no to an old friend is coming and commandingly asking the author, please come out for a walk with the commanding power. So it is easy for Max Beerbohm to say no because he is no friend, I don't come. In the case of a mere acquaintance means I know that person, but he is not very close to me, not very intimate to me. So one wants some excuses. We cannot say no to him very immediately. We cannot say no. Why? He is not my friend, but he is. I know that person, but I cannot tell him no to him directly. But the author wanted to find some excuses to avoid that acquaintance. So at that time, the author will be saying, I wish, yes, I like to come for a walk. Yeah, I can also come, but nothing ever occurs. By the time he cannot find out a real excuse for exempting that acquaintance from taking him from the walk to be exempt, then he has to say some excuses. Let us see, what are some of the excuses there? You see, I wish I could, but nothing ever occurs to me except I have a first excuse. I have some letters to write. Hello, friend. Hello, acquaintance. Sorry. I wish I like to come with you. I also could come with you for a walk, but I have an excuse. I have to write. So the first one is, I wish I could, but nothing ever occurs to me. I have some letters to write. But this excuse has many problems. Let us see what is that one. This formula is unsatisfactory. The acquaintance cannot be satisfied with this excuse that the Max Beerbohm had to write a letter. Unsatisfactory in three ways. First one, when somebody comes and calls the author, all on a sudden he says that I have a letter to write. It is unbelievable. It is not believable. Second, if he is telling that if the essayist says that he has to write a letter, then he has to stand up. It compels me to rise from your chair. Because you are sitting in an armchair, he has to rise from his chair, go to the writing table and sitting and improvising, thinking about writing a letter, the matter of the letter, to somebody, until that walkmonger, the person who wants to insist upon the essays to go for a walkmonger, just not daring to call you a liar and a hypocrite. By the time that walkmonger would have thought in his mind to call the author as a liar and a hypocrite, shall have a lumbered. Lumbered means walking with the difficulty. Lumbered means walking with the difficulty out of the room. Third excuse why it is not satisfactory, because if it is a Sunday, it won't operate on Sunday morning. Sunday mornings the postal system won't be operating. There is no post out till this evening. Till this evening there is no post out. Clinches the matter. Finally he has to adjust and settle with the matter, and you may as well go quietly. And sometimes in that case you may have to adjust with the wish of the acquaintance. Then walking for walking's sake. Now the author concentrating on, there are so many people walking not for the walker's health sake, but walking for walking's sake. We are walking not for my health, but for walking. That is walking for walking's sake. saying maybe as highly laudable, very appreciable, very acceptable, and exemplary could be imitated as a thing, as it is held to be by those who practice it. Of course, there are so many people who are stuck to this kind of habit, walking for walking's sake. My objection. But Max Beerbohm, the essay, objects to this one. My objection to it is that it stops the brain. Brain cannot work properly. Many a man has professed, professed, I have here explained the meaning, profess something, say. You see, professing. So my objection to it is that it stops the brain. Many a man has professed to me that his brain never works so well. His brain never works so well as when he is swinging along, walking to and fro, walking back and front along the high road, over hill and dale. Dale means valleys. It is not at all, they are telling. This one, and they boast about their family matters. This boast is not confirmed, not made sure by my memory of anybody who on a Sunday morning has forced me, asked the essays to come and join his adventure of walking. It's an experience. Sunday morning only starting. Experience teaches me. You see, many people, experience is the very good teacher. So there are many people having experience. For example, actually, Madhavi Kutti, Kamala Suraya, actually she had no very great university or college education, only school education she had. But she became a world-renowned Malayalam poet in English only because of her experience and wide reading or voracious reading. Like that, the experience teaches us. Like that, Max Beerbohm is also taught by his experience. Experience teaches me, makes me understand that whatever a fellow guest may have of the power to instruct or to amuse when he is sitting on a chair or standing on a hearth rug mat, floor mat. Hearth rug means floor mat to wipe our feet when we are coming out or going from inside the house. Quickly leaves him when he takes one out for walk. Actually, a guest, fellow guest, who has no authority to impose his desire of taking somebody who is sitting especially on an armchair, and actually his wish is to instruct the walker or his fellow walker, or to amuse, make him interested in his walking. But Max Beerbohm, the essayist, says that fellow guest doesn't have this kind of authority to impose his wish upon his fellow walker to accompany him in his walking endeavor. The ideas are they now? The ideas that came so thick, the concept or the idea that came very thick and fast to him in any room, where are they now? First question, interrogative question mark. Where is the encyclopedic knowledge which he bore so lightly? So actually, erudite, filled with so much knowledge, he bore so lightly. Where the killing fancy, rising imagination that played like a summer lightning, was like a summer lightning. Which one played a killing fancy or a firing fancy? Played like a summer lightning over any topic that was started. The man's face that was so mobile. So when these things, the questions are just asked, the man's face that was so mobile is set now. There is no mobility or activity in the face. Gone is the light from his fine eyes. Actually, the pleasures or happiness are gone out from his eyes. He says that actually during the walk, that guest fellow, actually the person who imposed says that, yea, that means host. A person who is receiving the guest treatment is host. He says that, yea, our host is a thoroughly good fellow. The first impression, he is a very good fellow. Then 50 yards walking distance finish. He adds that, yea, he is one of the best fellows he has ever met. Second opinion, after 5 yards walking distance. We tramp. Tramp means walk. My dear students, take note of these words. Means tramp means walk another furlong, another distance or so. And he states that Mrs. A is a charming woman, wonderful and fairly woman, presently. He adds that she is one of the, that is what he is presently telling, she is one of the most charming. That is another attribution. Most charming woman he has ever known. He has ever known. We pass and in. So, Sunday morning started walking, and walking is going on. Many impressions, thoughts are going on. Then we pass. We means the essayist and the guest. We pass and in. In means a shelter for the travelers. Then he started reading aloud to me. The guest, okay, is actually coming and reading, rapidly reading what are the things written on either side of the way they are walking. King Sam's one indicator. Advertisement, writing. Licensed to sell ales and spirits. Another is a wine liquor shop selling some board he is reading. I foresee. I just see all these things in the mind. I predict that during the rest of the walk, the remaining time of the walk, he will read aloud any inscription or advertisement or a writing board, inscription that happens during their way, that appears while they were walking. Then we pass. They also passed a milestone, another distance. He points at it with his stick. He is walking with his walking stick. With his stick, he is pointing out and says, Oxminster, another board. 11 miles. Oxminster is a place. Again, there are 11 miles to walk. We turn a sharp corner at the foot of a hill. You see, there is a sharp corner at the foot of the hill. He points at the wall. There is a wall, something written. And he says, drive slowly. Safety rules of traffic. I see far ahead, again before us, far ahead, on the other side of the hedge, the way they are, bordering the high road. There is a bordering of a high road. A small notice board is put up there. He sees it all. He is seeing that one, telling the other. He keeps his eye on it. He is looking and he keeps his eye on it. Means he looks at that notice board and in due course he is reading out. Trespassers. What is the meaning of trespassers? The people who enter others' property with the owner's permission. They are trespassers. Will be prosecuted, will be punished. Okay, poor man, mentally right. The essayist feels that actually he is a poor man. He is a mentally disordered person. A mental patient, that is one. Then lunchtime came. Lunch on at the AS, a restaurant or an eatery. However, salts him, another word I told you, salts him. So actually, making a position very convenient and comfortable for, floats him in full sail. Behold him, look at him, once more, once again. Behold him once more, the life and soul of the party. What is the real intention of a luncheon? Surely, exactly, he will never, not at all, after the bitter lesson of this morning, actually, the person who came and called out the essayist for walking, he had a bitter, not very sweet memories with this essayist. So he had a very bad experience with this essayist. And he will never ask for going out for another walk with the essayist. An hour later, 1 hour after, an hour later means 1 hour after, I see him, the essayist sees that walk monker striding forth, walking forward with a new friend, new companion. I watch that companion out of sight from when he disappears from my sight. I know what he is saying. So the essayist is thinking what the walkmonger might be saying to his new companion. He is saying that I am rather a dull man, so that walkmonger will be saying bad about the essayist. He might be saying to his companion that the essayist was rather a dull man, very boring. Dull means a very boring man to go for a walk with. Uninterested person, boring person. He will presently add that. He will presently again add it to that one. He will presently again add it to that one. Please try to understand this one. What we are just trying to do is, this walkmonger is actually is not having any kind of a pleasant exchange about this essayist. I watch him out of sight. I know what he is talking to that person. What he is talking to that person, that is what. He is saying, I am rather a dull man to go for a walk with. He will at present add that, say that, I am one of the dullest, very boring and unpleasant men. Very boring and unpleasant man that he had ever met, to be accompanied with him for a walk. To be accompanied with him. He will presently add that I am one of the dullest men he ever went for a walk with. Then he will devote, separate himself to reading out of the inscriptions. That is the process while walking. We will go to next paragraph. How it happens? This immediate, very fast deterioration. Deterioration means going below the standard. In those who go walking for walking's sake. How can it be possible? They don't think about their healthy concept. They are only walking for walking's sake. How it happens when people take walking for walking's sake? Just what happens? I take it that not by his reasoning faculties. Reasoning faculties means thinking capacities. Reasoning faculties means thinking capacities. Is a man urged to this enterprise? Enterprise means taking some risk to start one adventure, just like walking here. He is urged. Urged means forced, compelled, evidently. Evidently means clearly. By something in, he should have some necessity in his mind that transcends means changes or converts the reason. Reason means thinking capacity. By his soul means inner intuition, feelings. I presume, I understand. Yes, it must be the soul. Really, not the body, the soul that covers or wraps out the quick march, is giving a command for a quick march to the body. Our soul, brain gives, yes, you must go for. Halt. Halt means stop. Stand at ease. Commands. So actually these commands are given by our soul or body. Interposes the brain between the soul and the brain, standing between. And to what destination? Actually, when we decide to go for a walk, we will think which place we will walk to what destination. It is solely as the soul. Solely, I have described that way. It is solely as the soul. Very clearly ask on what errand, on which mission or which activity are you sending the body? You are commanding the body to go. On no errand, on no purpose or activity whatsoever, whatever it may be, the soul makes answer. Actually, the soul predominates and the soul makes the answer. And to no destination at all. Sometimes it may be having no destination at all. It is just like you to be always on the lookout for. Actually, the walker, we have to search for the destination. My dear students, we are coming at the end of the essay. Some subtle ulterior motive. The walker should have some subtle, very clear ulterior motive in their mind. The body is going out. Actually, when we go for walk, the body is going out because the mere fact, truth of its doing so is a sure indication, complete 100% indication of the nobility, indication of nobility, probity, a rugged grandeur of character. Actually, these are the important points or qualities or characteristics really connected with the walk. Very well, that is what here we are coming to know about. Very well, actually here he is trying to say, very well. So, vacula, have your own vacula, but actually their normal routine of conversation while walking. But I says the brain flatly refuse. Brain, even the body is ready to go. The brain flatly refused to be mixed up in this tomfoolery. Tomfoolery means useless activity. I shall go to sleep till it is over. I shall go to sleep till it is over. Actually, the talkative thing during the walk. The brain then wraps means covers itself up in its own convulsions. Convulsions means it's a process of thought and falls into a dreamless slumber. Finally, feels very sleepy. Slumber means sleep, and that sleep doesn't have any kind of a dream from which nothing can arouse, nothing can be understood it till the body has been safely, in a very protective manner, deposited indoors again, when everything locked indoors again. Now, the next paragraph. Even if you go to some definite place, you see, if you are walking and if you have a destination means a definite place to go. Even if you go to some definite place for some definite purpose, you have a definite purpose also for that walk. The brain would rather you took a vehicle. So you will think of not a walk. We will take a vehicle. But it doesn't make a point of this. Even if you go on foot, to go on foot means walking, or it doesn't make a point, vehicle, but it does not make a point of this. It will serve you well enough unless you are going out for a walk. Even if you are not going for a walk, it will not serve a purpose. It won't, it will not surely. While your legs are vying, moving from one place to another with each other, do any deep thinking for you. So, can you have any proper, deep, serious thinking? Nor even any close thinking, related deep thinking? But it will do any number of small odd means odd means strange jobs for your willingly. So very contradictory opposing ideas Max Beerbohm is talking about his this exercise walking. Provided that your legs also, actually we are walking with our legs, are making themselves useful. There should be a purpose for utilizing these two legs. Not merely bantying you about to gratify the pride of the soul. Actually, you feel, I want to boast myself. I want to keep my soul very proud of this one. So that is not a good for at the time of taking of the endeavor of a walking. Such as it is, this essay, another very important thing is that even if Max Beerbohm, the essayist, is not having a very good idea or opinion of walking for walking's sake, and even if he in his life never had once gone voluntarily by himself for a walk. He didn't go for a walk in his life, but he has been taken out for many of his friends and neighbors for out. So this essay was another very important thing is that this essay, that means going out for a walk, was written or composed while he was going for a walk this morning. And while he was talking, while he was telling the story, that morning itself, when he went out for a walk, he wrote this essay, going out for a walk. I am not one of those extremists. Actually, I am not a fanatic. I don't want 100% to be serious and sure about for walking. Who must have a vehicle to every destinations? Of course, there are so many people, they have a destination of travel and they have their own vehicle. I never go out of my way. So actually, I am a person, I am not just like others. I will never go away from my principles, as it were, to avoid exercise. So actually, this is an excuse to get away from, to avoid exercise. I take it as it comes. I don't have any pre-plan or post-plan. Whenever there is a necessity which comes to me, I will take it in a good part. Those valetudinarians, I explained in the difficult words meanings. People having a body construction or structure that is unhealthy. The unhealthy body structure and body shape. That is, those valetudinarians who are always chattering, talking about it. Chattering means talking about it and indulging and involved in this exercise to the maximum. To excess means to the maximum, are no reason for avoiding it. Despising it means avoiding. There is no real reason or logical reason for avoiding the walk. I am inclined, I am really felt to think that in moderation, means everything in average mode. Okay, moderation. It is rather good for everyone. It is better for everyone. Physically, walking is very good. The essayist says very clearly that physically it is very good for each and every person. But spending a time, spending means thinking a little time. When no people, no one wishes me, nobody wants the essayist Max Beerbohm to go and see them, to go and pay visit to them and see them. And I have no wish to go. Really, the essayist says that he doesn't wish to go and see anyone. And there is nothing, whatever for me, as far as I am considered, there is nothing in that visit to do of my own premises, to my own possessions, I will never go out for a walk. So really the essayist says that he should have a sure damn purpose. Otherwise somebody is calling, I must go and visit them. Though, and he doesn't like walking for walking's sake. That is what here we come to know about. So my dear students, we have come at the end of the essay, Going Out for a Walk by Max Beerbohm. So very good, mainly focusing upon one of the best exercises for making the humanity healthy and strong. So the essayist is analyzing the exercise walking in different perspectives, angles or visions. So there may be, of course, sometimes we may feel that the essayist Max Beerbohm doesn't like walking, but it is not. He says that walking is one of the best exercises which should be adopted and which should be taken by the people for making themselves physically well. But what he says is that walking for walking says, which stops the brain. Our imagination fancies and the kindling of our imagination fancies will be stopped. We can't have grave thoughts. That is what he is telling. And he also, another satire means even if he is having in different aspects a negative attitude towards walking for walking sake, he had composed this essay during his process of walking that morning itself. That is another funny thing. Okay, so I hope that you have understood, and painting classes and notes will be sent to you, and you should very clearly, systematically and scientifically take down and keep a notebook, and by fortune, if we get the time for reopening the school, I will verify your books, and that is a very good testing point for granting your continuous CE mark also. And my dear students, next class we will be coming with the important textual activities and notes, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.